Good morning and welcome to another Talklets conversation. Happy belated Independence Day. Happy belated 4th of July. America just celebrated 249, almost 250 years of being a nation, of being independent, as we would call it. We find people all around the globe who are interested in coming here. We have people who are here who, at this point, some are legal and some time have ran out as far as visas and they desire to stay here. But we're trying to deport them because they realize how awesome America really is. And if you've ever traveled the country, especially any countries, what we call third world country, you'll understand, wow, this is a great place to live. But how we done ourselves a great injustice? What am I trying to say? Well, when you see other people, if you've ever traveled to other countries, they want to come here. And one thing they mention right up front is that America just looks like it's just got big houses and big cars and big land. And it just seems like y'all just living your best life. That's what people say. Because we are a place that loves to show our glitter and glam. I mean, we love flaunting our wealth. And so they see that. And so they're measuring where they are versus where we are. And they want some of what we have. And you can't blame them. I mean, we live in America and we want some of what some other people have in America who has more than us. And so that's just the human appetite. And so they see America as the land of opportunity because that's the way we sell it, the land of opportunity. And so every commercial, every social media outlet, everything you see from celebrities to athletes to professional CEOs, wealthy people, extremely wealthy people, that's all they're seeing. They see wealth because compared, measuring to where they are, please believe me, this is the land of milk and honey to them. What am I trying to say? How we mislabeled ourselves as a country, as a people. Do you value your money? That's what their values seem like, because they see that we value that more than you value your time. That's the thought for this conversation. Do we value money more than we value time? We've sold this country as a land of opportunity. And so everybody sees it who comes over, all they're thinking about is wealth, 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 money, 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 money. Even though we've been told the love of money, the root of all evil. And they don't care about the root of all evil. They just simply want some of that, what they see us have. I think we misrepresent ourselves very poorly because we say we're the land of opportunity versus the forefathers, we say, who built this great nation on the principles of the Holy Bible. So what if we would have changed, if you will, how we represent this country? Instead of being the land of opportunity, why wouldn't it be the land of Christ likeness? Oh, that'll shut everything down, wouldn't it? You heard me. What if it was the land of Christ likeness? What would people think outside this country then? Because they're coming over here with all their ideology, their theology, their religion, because we said it's a melting pot. And if you want to work, then there's plenty of work here, and that's so true. That is so true. It's the land of opportunity. So we've let everybody bring all their gods and everything over here. And now we have all this confusion because we misrepresented what this country really is all about. Or we might have represented what it's all about. I'm just saying something out of line here. But we're in a pickle right now when you think about it because we love money. I mean, just be honest. We love money. We have all this stuff that money can buy. And so there's a love for money in America's DNA. I mean, look at all the countries we've conquered and colonized. It's right in front of you. So this conversation, yeah, I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to think about it. Are you valuing your money more than your time? Because we all realize one thing about time, you can't buy anymore. That's one thing you can't buy. Your money, you can make money as much as you want to. You can spend it as much as you want to. You can keep making money, but you can't buy time. And our clock is ticking. And God is trying to show us that, hey, you need to value your time more than you value your money. Because it's not just your life, your family life, your spouse life, your children's life, your siblings, your cousins, your nieces, your nephews, your uncles. your aunts, your grandparents, your parents. I mean, just think about your friends, your extended family, your employees. Their lives depend on you making a very quality decision on what you value because they're looking at you. And you might be that one who everybody follows. Floyd Mayweather, the great boxing champ, spoke about how people use their time in a day. He says that we sleep 8 hours because he has to be focused and dedicated. He has to have a game plan before he goes and train for fights. And you got to have your wits about yourself. But he talks about how the average person sleeps 8 hours a day. The average person works 8 hours a day. That 3 hours of your day is spent eating meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 1 hour is spent getting ready for whatever you're going to do. So there's 4 hours remaining. And he was talking about how we're so distracted and how we waste those 4 hours by being on social media, by watching TV, by giving into your lust and your fantasies. But we never stay focused enough to build something, to see or to understand why God gave us this time. All we're trying to do is enjoy the pleasures of the money we've made, or trying to make more money, if you will. And that's why you see people around the globe wanting to get here, is because we've misrepresented all this time. And when I say all this time, I'm talking about the time you have in a day that God has given us. So do you value your time more than you value your treasure? Or do you value your treasure over your time? We live in a world, I'm telling you, in a world that values money more than anything. I don't care what anyone tells you. We do. When you look at every commercial, just look at football games, basketball games, look at your favorite movie on TV, your favorite, if you will, series, reality show on TV. Look at all the commercials that come up and pop up. Just look at those shows. Everybody's selling something because it's all about money. It's all about greed. It's all about their need, not your need. I want you to take a deep breath for a moment because I want to challenge the way you think, the way we think, because our thinking is thinking. Do you realize that a moment of your time is priceless? It's priceless. It's valuable. Your time is worth more than money could ever dream being. It is. I mean, yeah, money can buy you things. I get it. But the one thing money can't do, money can't build people. It can't. Yeah. Money can't buy you happiness. It can't. It can buy you a house. But if you're not happy, you're just not happy. So I'm telling you, the time you have is priceless. You give me $1, I'm gonna spend that dollar and it's gone. But your time, your spoken word, oh my, I'm gonna keep that. Let me give you an example, who we are and who we become. There's a story in the Bible about the Good Samaritan. And this story talks about time is compassion in action. That's exactly what it's saying. Time is compassion in action. Is your time being shown as compassion in action? I don't think so. Jesus tells a story in response to a question that's coming from one of these religious leaders who's asking, who is my neighbor? Jesus asked them, well, they asked Jesus, what's the greatest commandments? And he echoes to him that it's to love the Lord thy God with all our heart, soul, strength, and might. And the second unto it is to love thy neighbor as thyself. And so they're asking Jesus the question, who is thy neighbor? And Jesus tells them a parable. There were 3 men. One was a priest, one was a Levite, and one was a Samaritan. And keep in mind, Jews and Samaritans don't mix. No, they're basic enemies. They don't like each other. But there's a Jewish man who has been beaten up real bad, and he's been robbed, and he's laying on the street. And this priest comes by, and the priest looks at him, and he more than likely frowns, and he, instead of helping him, he walks across on the other side of the road and keep on moving. Now, I'm quite sure he had somewhere to go preach. He had somewhere to go and lay hands on somebody. I'm quite sure he had something else to do. And so he couldn't be bothered because he's busy, because he's valuing his time at that moment for himself. And then there's a Levite who walks by, another religious man, and he sees the Jewish guy who's laying on the street, beaten and broken, busted, disgusted, needs somebody to help him. And he does the same thing the priest does. He looks at him, he probably frowns at him, and he walks to the other side of the road and he moves on without rendering aid. And then comes along this Samaritan, and he sees a Jewish man who they don't mix with now, they don't fellowship with, but he sees him and he takes pity on him. And he kneels down to take care of him, to comfort him, to get him the help he needs. He steps in and does what the priest didn't do, what the Levite didn't do. And so the question is asked, who is thy neighbor? Well, it's the Good Samaritan. It's someone who will take the time out to pour into you, will speak with you. Now you're saying, and you're looking at yourself, and you're saying, well, hey, I'll do stuff like that. Well, hold up. No. Let's back it up a little. We think so highly of ourselves, and sometimes that's a problem. But you walk by homeless people a lot, and you look at them with great disgust and great disdain. I mean, you think they smell, and so you turn your nose, you turn your head, you don't even want to see them, you ignore them. But isn't it something when you're misjudging someone? Have you ever just taken a moment out of your day to be a good Samaritan, to just go over and talk to the person, to see what they really need? Most of us don't have that type of time. But wouldn't it be something if you took the time to go over and speak to that individual and you find out all that person needed was a hug? Well, hold up. That's some heavy lifting too, isn't it? Because you're not about to touch someone who's homeless. I mean, come on, smell like urine. I mean, come on, they don't smell too good, too kind. But do you know in the book of Isaiah, it talks about this flesh being like filthy rags? I mean, you're no better than that individual. They just fell on hard times. You value your stuff more than you value their time. All they needed was a moment for you to go over and talk to them and to pour into them and to find out what their needs truly are. You'd be surprised what someone really needs, what really happened to them, reason in that situation. You just might be one paycheck from being them. But we don't take the time because we're so busy moving and trying to go make some more money. But those individuals, yes, that could be your father, that could be your mother, that could be your brother, that could be your sister. As a matter of fact, in the Lord, that person is. I've been able to talk to people over time, and it's amazing what they tell you, what they share with you. I've tried to give them some money before. It's like, no, I don't need your money. I'm just so glad you stopped and talked to me because no one stops and talks to me. I was talking to a friend the other day, and her phone was just ringing off the ringer. And she told me it was all these scam calls that keep coming in. And it's like, excuse me, just block them. She didn't want to block them. You know why? Because no one talks to her in the course of the day. And she picks up some of these scam calls because she's the first person who talks to her, who pours into her, who even if they're trying to get something from her, she don't mind having a conversation because she's not in conversation with people that should be having a conversation with her. Isn't that a sad thing? That's a sad thing. But that's how we treat people. I mean, family members don't even talk to their mothers or their fathers or their siblings. And you got people out here living on a cliff about to jump off because they feel like no one loves them. And we over here, we won't go hug them because we feel like they're unclean. And, you know, we got our bottle of Perel at the table ready to eat. And this is what I call nasty nicety. Isn't it something that you can go to someone's house and you would never use their toilet because it's just, I mean, come on, you would never want to use their bathroom because it's like, that's just disgusting. But you see them and they won't hug a homeless person. I'll call that nasty nicety. They too nice to hug someone, but they nasty themselves. Nasty with their filthy mouth, just nasty. But I'm too nice, I'm too clean. I got on my nice suit, my nice dress. It's like, but your mouth is so foul. I'd rather hug them than hug you. That's the spirit of a good Samaritan. It's understanding it's not about your greed. Yeah, your greed to withstand, to not really get involved. It's about their need. That's why Jesus came. Jesus came because he understood your need and what you would need. Remember the story about Peter, where Peter and John comes up to this beggar and he's asking him for some substance. And Peter makes it very clear, we don't have that, but silver and gold we have not. But what we have, wow, we're packing the Holy Spirit. You see, sometimes that's all people need. But you won't even tell them what you have because you're so selfish. You want to keep it all to yourself. But Peter made it clear, we don't have silver and gold, but what we do have, wow, it will heal you from the situation you're in. What you're packing, you're concealing. You're too selfish to reveal it to someone, but that's all they need. But you look at the situation and you say no because it's like, that's disgusting. Well, how do you think God looks at you? Disgusting. All the stuff in your head, all the things you say, all the things you do, you're disgusting as well. And Jesus still came to save you, to make space for you, capacity for you in his Father's kingdom. And you're shining one of his children. Those are God's children too, who fell on hard times. So be careful. Be careful who you shine. Be careful looking at trying to get to a place to make some money and not giving someone a moment of your time because you're being measured by that. Oh, yes, you are. You're being measured by that. You won't even hug your own son sometime, your own daughter sometime because you feel you just got an issue with them. And I don't feel like touching them. But you lay down in life, you're telling Jesus to touch you, to love you, to hug you, to keep you. You see how it's thinking is so stinking? It's so messed up. A friend of mine told me that the other day. And this is his story, but I'm gonna tell it. I'm gonna tell you. He told me the other day he was getting ready to go, him and his daughter's grandson, they were going to, I think it was to a tennis court. And something told him, don't go to this tennis court, go to the next tennis court. And so he listened and he went. And when he pulled up, there was a young man who was thinking about committing suicide. And the young man seen him and said, say, sir, can I talk to you for a moment? Listen to me. Just making yourself available to people is all you have to do. It just wants your time. So, sir, I don't want no money from you, sir. Can I just talk to you? And he told me a situation about him and his wife, and they had split up, and he was thinking about committing suicide. And my friend spoke spoke life into him. Because the guy didn't want his money, he just wanted a moment. And we think somebody wants our money. See, we've been so messed up in this Western culture that we can see when someone needs a moment. Yeah, hold on to your money. But can you give someone a moment? That's all I'm asking for. That's all you should be asking for. You'll be surprised. Speaking life into someone like that, wow. Who knows what that young man might go to be? He might be the next pope for all we know, the next bishop for all we know. But he's not in the grave. He's walking this earth still because someone stopped. My friend stopped and shared a moment with him. Yes. Someone who you thought would have wanted your money. I'm telling you, we messed up behind this stuff. Flo Rida says it best. He says, mine on my money. That's what he says. Mine on my money, money on my mind. Trying to stack paper, counting every little dime, down to the penny. Holler if you hear me. I do it for the streets. Yeah, I do it for my city. What if you change those words and put your mind is on your moment, and your moment is on your mind because it's all about your time. Yeah, trying to stack. Yeah, confessions, repentance. Yeah, but every little ounce of time that you have, down to the last penny. Watch it. Holler if you hear me. I do it for, yeah, the kingdom. Yeah, I do it for the kingdom. See, that's where we should be. We should be flipping some of this stuff to where it bounces off to where the kingdom is thriving and not this world. There's a story where a little boy asked his busy father. Now, we can all relate to this one. Dad, how much money do you make in an hour? So the boy asked his father. The little father said, well, I make about $100 an hour. The little boy asked him, can I borrow $50 from you? The dad says, why? Frustrated. He said, because dad, what I want to do is I want about 30 minutes of your time. Now, if that don't break your heart, I don't know what will. I want about 30 minutes of your time because you're so busy. You're not spending any time with me. So I want to pay you for your time. Our kids, our spouses, our friends. I mean, come on. They need more of you than your money. They want more of you than your money. So the next time you're with someone, please give them eye contact. Take the time out. Turn off the noise and realize this particular moment that you're in front of this person might be the most influential moment that they will ever encounter. We're living in a world right now where the clock is ticking. Don't you see all the things happening around you? I mean, I pray you do. I mean, I do. Wars, rumors of wars, politics, siblings, rivalry. I mean, everything is just off a little bit. You can feel it. Everything is off. It's like the world is tilted on its axle just a little. It's like it's wobbling. If you can just feel it, if you can sense it, that's the Lord trying to move you. The time is winding up. And He doesn't want your head stuck into so much of you looking at money versus understanding the moment that you have right in front of you. Your core workers need 5 minutes of your time. I know you don't like Sheila. I know you don't like Herman. I know. But they need 5 minutes of your time. 5 minutes of what you have inside of you just to speak to them. They're grieving over something, and you won't give them 5 minutes. You won't sit down for a moment for 5 minutes to share something positive with them. You just have to understand how valuable that moment is. Stop chasing money. Start chasing the moments. We're so busy living, or what you call life, we don't see the person right in front of us dying. And that's a sad thing to have happen. That you could have spoke some kind words into a person before they decided to check out. Wow. I'm telling you, sometimes all it takes is a moment to change someone's life. And I pray you get that. So let me pray as I close. Lord, thank you for showing all of us that the greatest gift are not always material. Help us to see the people right in front of us. Lord, provoke us to stop, to care, to be present, to be in the present. In those precious moments that we're talking to someone, someone's talking to us, let us be an active listener to hear what you're saying, what they're saying to us. Let us give them our undivided attention to where they feel valued. See, there we go. See, your time makes them feel valued and valuable. Lord, teach us to live like Jesus. Not just giving things, but giving ourselves. Use every moment, Father, for your glory. Amen. I pray that you value your time more than you value your money. And I just pray you realize everybody God puts in front of you is a treasure of His. And so your time is important to bless them. Because when you're blessing them, guess what? You're blessing Him. You be blessed and just realize we live in a world where time is winding up.